Alright guys, welcome back to the Noob to Pro series. Let's get it. So first up, we were AFKing for a hot minute, and there we go guys. We're all the way up now to 517 DTG. Let's cook. Also, resource-wise, we ended up being able to grind quite a bit of scythe tokens, 38,000, and we're now up to 112,000 Bankai tokens, which is very nice. Also, stat-wise, we ended up getting only one level, so it is what it is. So we're going to actually switch everything over here to damage. I do believe we can get the next rank up as well. But we're actually just going to not worry about that right now. We're going to see if we can make some progress on the Z City, because I really want to get to the next world. All right, so if we switch all the way over here to our damage squad, and we're going to go full on damage team. So it looks like we were able to cook those guys, which is great. All right, Tatsumakis, we're able to pretty much farm really easily and get those threat level tokens. All right, as far as threat level tokens go, it looks like we are level 3, so we can definitely use a lot of those tokens. So that's definitely something we might want to consider grinding for. All right, can we take out the bald mans? Honestly, if our life depended on it, maybe, but I don't really think we're cooking those. All right, the Genoses though, we are absolutely cooking. There we go. We got the avatar. Let's see here, champions, avatars. All right, so we can't even get any of those yet. That's fine, but it looks like we're gonna be easily able to knock out this quest. So we're gonna get some punch level tokens, which unfortunately are not really gonna help us out much. We did get a drop potion, which I can always admire. Now here we go guys, we still only have the freaking phantom of that. I can't believe it. We're gonna have to get that at some point, but oh my gosh, I don't know why our RNG on that rate is so bad. All right, here we go. King of Seas. I don't think that's him. All right, that's this guy, King of Seas. All right, looks like King of Seas we can actually kind of defeat, I'm not gonna lie. So let's just get 2 in the range, and we're just gonna cook these. Oh, we got the avatar already. So let's cook these King of Seas and we'll get this quest knocked down out of here. Don't really know if I really care that much about the threat level token for now. I'm not really going to worry about it, but I think I might farm there for a little bit, depending on, yeah, we'll probably farm there for a little bit. But it looks like we're really cooking, so let me go knock out this quest and I'll be right back. All right, let's go. We got that W. All right, now we need to take out Ballmans and Boros, and then we can get to the next world. But yeah, you guys can probably see I have a little bit of trouble on that one. Now what we really need to do is number 1, energy threat leveling would be nice. So I think we're gonna go farm some of these. So let's head on over here to our girl. I think she's the one that has these levels. Yeah, threat level token. So let's go farm her with our max drop boost. Don't know if we need to boost those going, but we might. We do need to switch our auras as well to the drop auras. I don't think I have any drop macaroons at the moment, but it is what it is. All right, so let's do that, and we are gonna pop the damage because looks like we need to, and hopefully this is gonna give us like maybe like 5,000 threat level tokens would be good. Just get us a nice little boost here, and then I think we need to grind the other ones too. All right, so I don't know exactly how many I need, but let's pause the boost for now, and let's head on over here to the threat level tokens. I think we should be able to get a decent level with this amount. I'm not 100% sure though. Yeah, they're really cheap right now, and it's 100% drops. All right, good. All right, good thing we did that. We got like 20% boost. That's a pretty freaking good. All right, now I know what we really need, and that is these power punch tokens. So let me see what we got here aura wise. All right, looks like I could probably use some drop boost, honestly, but it is what it is. All right, who gives the punch tokens? All right, looks like these mantises give the punch tokens. So we're gonna go with damage, and we're gonna go with you and you, and we should be cooking now. Yeah, we're insta-killing, so we don't need to use up our potions. But I do want to use up my draw boost. So let's see how many of these we can grab. We kind of need a frick ton, though, so this might take us a second. And while we're here, we might as well get some XP. This might be... Dude, look at that, guys. I'm trying to get to the max level, but dude, 52 is crazy. We still need, like, what, 17 more levels to go, too. Oh, yeah, a lot of people were asking for proof about my Robux spent. There you go, guys. I'll close it and reopen it for you, too. So there you go, guys. Robux spent 0. All right, while I'm here, I'm also going to probably try these holo raids. I think we might have a chance to get pretty high. Now, I will be honest, it does say 40%, but that's actually not as OP as you think it is. And I don't know if we get all the way up to 1K, but we might be able to. I'm not 100% sure. And Mundo raid, we can maybe beat like 1 or 2 more. I'm going to probably have to wait a few more days to be able to, you know, really take advantage of that one. So we'll see. All right, so it looks like on the Mundo raid, we're not really getting that far. We need to get to 750, and we're kind of running out on like 694. So we need definitely a lot more damage, but we're getting there. Not too bad at all. All right, let me see if we got any good obelisk parts that we can make use of. No, we did not. All right, that's tough. All right, let's head on over here to the punch tokens, and let's see if we can get some good RNG. And that would really be helpful. It's kind of hard to complain because our RNG is already pretty cracked. All right, anyways, here you go. Punch power. Let's go cook here. Hopefully we can get some good, at least a phantom or something. All right, no luck there, not surprising. All right, I think it's time we're gonna start rolling and doing whatnot. So let's head over here to the Earth City. We are going to reset our stats to energy, and let's get ourselves our next rank up. I might as well just go for the damage. All right, so those are all done. All right, let's go grab this rank up. Bang, we're now ranked 114. Not too bad. I don't know if we might actually be able to get, we'll see. We might get close to that. We'll have to see though. I don't think we have any energy potions left. So yeah, it's a little tough out here. All right, so while we're here, I think we need to go roll some. But first, let's, yeah, we'll just go roll. We have a bunch of sites, so let's go roll these sites up, and hopefully we can get a little bit of luck on them. How are we doing on our current set of sites here? So it looks like currently on our sites, we have, yeah, I need 3 more sites. So I don't know if that's gonna be doable for us, but we do have enough to hopefully get at least a, I guess technically a pity one. All right, let's see. Oh, and we should get a pity one here as well. So we should get at least 2 more, but we need 4 more. So let's see if we can get a little bit of good luck here. Oh man, I did not get lucky at all. All right, well, that's a bit unfortunate. It is what it is though. All right, I guess while I'm here, let's go over here to the Bonkai station and let's roll some Bonkais, because if we can get to all of them to the Supreme, then we can just start selling those tokens, and that might be helpful. So we already have 1 Supreme, 1 Phantom, so let's get this last one Supreme, and let's cook. All right, here we go, guys. Serpent Fang. All right, let's go get another one with the next enchantment. We have 44,000, so there's a chance we could get triple Supreme, so let's get that luck, man. Let's go, guys. That's another Supreme. So we have 1, 2, 3 Supremes. So now we just need a frick ton of, yeah. Let's just say we need quite a bit of, you know, these stuff going on. All right, let's head on over here to Dungeon Lobby 2. And let's exchange some stuffs. So here we go. I don't need these or these. Okay, I don't really think, I think I still need some of those, though. All right, what do I not need? Bonkais. All right, don't need Bonkai tokens. So let's head back and let's get an Evo going on here by getting the Scythe Exchanger. There we go. So now we have another Supreme. So let's, I guess we'll just get, I'll leave it like this because I do want to end up, I need what? I need 3 more. So if I get 3 more of these, I'll be able to get myself my first maxed one, which will finally actually be viable to use. Like, it is ridiculously hard to be able to get a sword that is better than the Venom Strike. That's just how cracked out that Venom Strike is. It's actually kind of insane. All right, now let's go grind some curse raids and let's get some stuff. And I'll also grind another thing while I go work out at the gym. So I'll be back. All right, I'm back after a pretty long grind here. Went for a little walk, but I am feeling a little bit under the weather if you guys could not tell. So we're just gonna slap all that into the damage. All right, let's go see what we ended up with here. I did end up with grinding like 100 plus of these. So we're gonna smack all these down as well. All right, also we might grind some more of these later. We'll see if I need energy. All right, we'll grab some of those and some of these, and we'll just use these in case we need them. And I'll make sure all that is paused. It should just, it's just weird how it works. All right, anyways, how many punch tokens did we end up grinding? 59,000, so that's not bad at all, and 115 obelisk coins. That's also really nice. All right, let's head over here to the first obelisk world, and I want to get those popping off. Actually, let's get the damage. I can always use more damage. Sometimes it definitely is worth going for the damage. It's kind of like a multiplication problem, you know, like, so you kind of gotta balance them out a little bit. All right, here we go. All right, so 1.2x on the damage, not too bad. And let's head on over here to Z City, and let's really hope for the Supreme. Now, technically speaking, we don't really have enough for pity, so we might get nothing, but, you know, let's think positive thoughts. So here we go, punch power, let's cook. All right, there we go. We got the 1 punch, and we still have 26,000 left. Not bad at all. All right. We have been hitting some crazy luck lately, I'm not gonna lie. All right, I believe there's also like something called punch leveling. Only have 13. Oh my gosh. All right, well, we'll get like 1 level on that. Well, okay, it is only 5x. Jeez. All right, that's not the greatest, but it's okay. Because we can actually just sell a bunch of stuff and, you know, kind of cook. So I don't think I have any of those. Let's go grab, don't need these. All right, I'm just gonna get like 3,000 of those. All right, I feel like it'll give us at least a little bit of a start.
I think these ones are actually pretty easy to level up too. So let's see what we can get. We are only starting at 5x, so I think it's only going to go to like 7.5x, which really isn't that much. Let's see here. All right, so we got it all the way up to, oh wow, okay. Jeez, that was worth it. So we got it all the way up to 8.2x from 5x. So yeah, that was actually surprisingly really worth it. Surprising there's also no raid here though. All right, full on damage squad. All right, let's see here. Yeah, we're not even able to take out the bald man. That is tough, man. That is actually tough. Are we all able to just destroy that? Are we seriously not able to even do a lick of damage? Oh my gosh, which really sucks because this guy has the red hero boots. 102.25. If we compare those to my Paquita slides, yeah, let's just say I was going to double our damage if we pull those. And even honestly, technically speaking, I think even the worst ones are still worth it for us, which is really sad, but we got to really get our damage up. So I think it's finally time for us to reset. Ooh, actually, yeah, I think it's finally time for us to reset our stats. And let's go pure on energy now, and the rest in damage. There we go. All right, well, we got to go grind this energy farm. So let's we'll do our best here. Unfortunately, I have no potions, which is tough because I gotta wait like a little bit longer for that to reset. So let's do that, and while we do that, we're gonna go grind some other random things. I want to get more of these macaroons, so let's go cop the macaroons from the cursed raid. All right, here we go. Let's get it. All right, so we ran a few raids. Let's go grab our obelisks. All right, there we go. We're gonna pop on over here to the obelisk section, and we should be able to grab at least a couple. Let's see what we got. I got okay, enough for exactly 2. So it's gonna give us a little bit of a boost. Now also everything should have reset, so we can run back to the Earth City, and let's go grab any daily quests we still need. All right, we need all the daily quests. We should probably do those. And let's go grab all of the possible potion chests we can grab. There we go, looking great. All right, avatar leveling doesn't really help us. And we also did actually get the stuff we need, so 108k. So hopefully there's no new game passes tomorrow. I don't really know what the best game pass to buy is, but I'm gonna buy 3 extra champion equip. So I don't know, you guys let me know if that one's worth it or not. But hey, we got it for basically free. So there we go, guys, 1,000 credits down the drain. All right, let's go equip our energy squad. So we went from 313, all right, to 373. That actually was a surprisingly bigger jump than I thought it would be, but definitely not exactly the most worth it thing in the world. Let's go cop all of these while we're here. Here we go. And we did get a bunch of lunch boxes. Those raids just didn't really give us that much. I don't know why. Maybe the drop potion buffs those drops too. I'm not really sure. All right, anyways, let's head over here to the dungeon lobby, and we need to grab a bunch of potions. But first up, we got to, you know, cash out. Here we go. Let me make sure we have enough to buy these potions. Go. All right, looking great. All right, we got to 190k. That should be good. Also, we can get this running track key, which is going to be very nice. And I am just going to buy the keys because they're very nice in general for just grinding things. But yeah, I have a feeling that actually might be buffing. So I got to test that theory out because I ran a lot of progression raids and didn't get many. Whenever I run the curse rate with my drops potion on, I get a lot. So I'm not really sure exactly how that works. All right, anyways, let's go cop all of these. I don't really know if we need to be buying all those, but we will. We'll buy some of those. I don't even know if the attack range potion's really that worth it. These ones are so ridiculously expensive, but we'll buy it anyway. All right, let's go exchange all these. There we go, and we'll buy some of those too. All right, we just burned all of our money, but that's okay because look at that, guys. 11 potions, 15 energy potions, 3 hours of energy. That's what we're talking about. And we also have some macaroons as well. So we're now up to 9.34 UTG. Got some drops potions and of course those lovely XP potions as well. And let's head back over here to the solo island. And let's go convert these into macaroons. 7, oh my gosh. Gotta love it. That is quite a bit. There we go, and there we go, looking good. Let's go make sure we use all these up. All right, want to use those up too. All right, we're in a good, really good spot. I'll leave that on because we're about to do the running raid. But let me make sure everything else is paused. All right, 7 of those. We have 4 hours now of double energy. Very nice. All right, there we go. There we go. And grab all those. Drops boost is also nice as well. And I don't really know if I use that Shadow Soul one that much, but it is what it is. All right, let's go make use of this running raid key because we're almost maxed on that. I think I need 1 more. Oh wait, no, we only need, yeah, we literally just need 1 more. So we're about maxed on running track progression. which is really nice. Obviously we got some from the codes, so it's not as much as that, but it's okay. Tomorrow we will get the achievement itself maxed, but for now we'll get the energy boost max, which isn't really that much of a jump. 934, it might get us to 10 UTG. We'll have to see there real quick. All right, so we just copped all those. There we go. Running track rate completes. All right, great. Let's grab that achievement for 9% running speed. Let's go. And bang. So there we go. We maxed that out. So we're now at a 5x energy boost, 10.1 UTG with all of our buffs on. Looking really freaking good. All right, let's go run the cursed raid and let's go get some more food. And I want to test to see if this drop potion actually does give you more. So we'll try that. And anyways, we just need some in general. So it is what it is. So let's go grind this while we grind our energy. And make sure my energy team rocking as well. All right, we want full. Ooh, I could go with my auras here. I don't know if that's worth it. I'm not gonna worry about it. Let's go full energy squad. Let's cook. I did also run some raids for the Chainsaw Man, but obviously we freaking haven't got it yet. I don't know why I can't get the Supreme Paquita to save my life, but it's kind of cooked. All right, so that ended up giving us 45 lunch boxes from one raid with all the boosts. So I don't know if the boosts actually do anything, but it is kind of worth it because we just generally need random keys and stuff. So I'm just gonna hold on to those for now and use up some of this drop boost. But afterwards, we're gonna switch to some other grinds. I think we're gonna do a few green planets because I think there's one or two things we need max out there. And then other than that, we'll see what else we can grind. All right, let's hop out of this one. So we ended up with, let's see here, a total of 117 lunch boxes. Let's go. So let's take advantage of those. And we also have a bunch of obelisks as well. So let's slide on over here and let's increase our energy obelisk. All right, now I think these obelisks have some crazy amounts of levels and they're not really that worth it because every time you upgrade it, like each upgrade gets worse and worse. So this is only like a little bit over a 10% increase. So we're now up to 11.12. That's not too bad. All right, next up, we got a lot of other random stuff to use. Dragon Blessing tokens. I think we're pretty close to that. But before we worry about that, I do want to head over here to the solo island because I know we can get a bunch of macaroons. So let's see what kind of oh my gosh. All right, 9 macaroons of the stuff we don't really want. That's usually how it goes, right? All right, 8 drop macaroons. That's something we do want. I will definitely take advantage of that. So we're going to actually swap our team. I kind of want to get... All right, I'm going to pause this. You know what? I guess we don't really care. That's 65%. All right, we'll keep the 60%, man. It's going to really suck to lose all that extra energy, but it is what it is. We'll just pause that boost. All right, we'll keep our drop boost on. We're on our full drop squad. So let's make use of all of these random potions and whatnot we got. All right, I want to use my drop macaroons and my energy macaroons. I guess we might as well just use them all. All right, we also got a dungeon we can dive into. We do need to grind a lot of dungeons because they're very helpful for random things. So let's go run this dungeon real quick with our weird squad. Look at that, guys. 25 each, man. Dude, I gotta figure out any other ways. So if you guys know any other ways to increase my drops, but like right now it's pretty insane. If we take a look at my stats, you guys can see here Robux spent 0, and look at that token, 6x tokens, man. Absolutely crazy oh freaking P. Like absolutely busted. All right, we're down all the way to 598 TGN because I took off all those random boosts. That's tough. All right, let's go carry this guy. Man, I don't know if we really need the bronze rings, but I will say it is kind of good to just get these total dungeons done because you are going to end up with 1,000 credits at the end. But there's just so many we have to do. I don't know how long it's going to take for us to get there. But we are making some great progress on all of the game passes. Like, I think we don't really need that many more game passes. And all the game passes we do need are not really that great. Like what? Remote access, super lucky. Honestly, for some reason, super lucky doesn't really make any sense to me. Like, it doesn't really help much. Multi-open might help a little bit, but just all these rest of them are just not that crazy OP that I really think they're worth the grind. So, all right, let's go finish this one up. And let's go run some more of those. Let's go see if we can finish up that Dragon Ball world, the second one. All right, here we go. So we got something completed. Oh, wait, we did total dungeon easy. Wow, 5% energy. We're now up to, wow, look at that, guys. 5%. Oh my gosh. All right, we did also get a quest though, thank goodness. And that's a drop boost potion. So that is always welcome. And I think you can just reclaim it right afterwards. Can you do that? Okay, no, you can't. You do actually have to wait for it to refresh. All right, good to know. For the next reset, we're only 33% of the way there, which is not too far off. All right, let's see what else we need in Green Planet. Now there is, we already have all those maxed. I believe there is another obelisk as well out here, but I don't think that obelisk is going to really help us much. It's the luck obelisk. I mean, I guess it'll kind of help, but I don't know. I feel like damage and everything else is worth way more than luck. But I don't know. We can test if this is OP or not. And it only goes up to 1.5x, so keep that in mind. It is not a full like max out there. All right, all these are maxed. I believe the only one I don't have maxed is Eternal Dragon leveling. And that one needs one more level. But, oh, I have 0.6. I have 0 of those. Oh, good to know. All right, that's fine. Let's go run. Let's go run this green planet right here. And let's cook. All right, guys. So we did a ton of raids, guys. Just a ton of random raids. And let's just say we kind of struck out here. We're still stuck on our Paquita and other things. However, we can do a couple things, and that is, let's go over here to the green planet, and we should be able to max out this over here. We're also up to 750 DTG. I'm gonna hopefully get to the next rank up before tomorrow, so I can reset it and, you know, grind to the next one hopefully. So let's go over here to Eternal Dragon leveling. All right, unequip and max level up. There we go, level 50. Eternal Dragon. Now that's what we're talking about. Max that out. So I believe that means this world is officially maxed all the way out. Let's get back to the full energy grind, and we'll pause this. And we only need what, 250 more? Oh my gosh. All right, let's go let's head over here to the dungeon lobby, and let's see what we're working with over here on the exchange shop. So I no longer need any of these. Oh crap, I'm on the wrong way. All right, so I no longer need those. So we're up to 43,000, which is pretty good. Don't need Espadas, Riatsus. All right, so we're up to 54,000. That's pretty freaking good. All right, don't need any of those. That's like another 5,000. That's really nice. All right, let's see what we can get in the exchange shop. All right, I'm just gonna cop these. Don't know if they're the greatest buys, but you know, sometimes it's nice to have a couple extra of those. All right, the other one thing I want to do is I want to see if we can actually get coins. I'm going to switch to the coins team, and I'm going to reset the stats. All right, we're just going to go all in. We'll just be like, let's see here. I want like 200 damage. All right, 400 damage and the rest like coins. Oh, that's the max coins. So I want to see if this is going to actually get us coins. So let's head over here to, we'll try Shadow Academy. And we should be getting a ridiculous amount of coins here. We'll get all the boosts running. I want to get like in the DEs. Okay, we're still only in the O's. That's not good. All right, we're in the N's now. All right, so we're still one tapping those. Let's try Z City then. One tapping those, we should be really good. Okay, well, we can't quite beat these Krabby Patties. All right, what if I double up on the damage? Okay, 852N. All right, we're not quite where we need to be. Okay, we're still in the N's. Yeah, that's not really where I wanted to be. That's a little disappointing. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Let's just try full damage. All right, now we're okay. It looks like we're getting more on that one. So we're on the full damage squad. Let's try the Tatsumakis. Okay, we're doing pretty good in the Tatsus. Who's next up? Maybe Genos grind. Genos is a little bit out of reach for us. But honestly, not that much out of reach. Looks like they're coming back pretty fast. All right, it's 89N, 111N. Okay, honestly, this is not the worst gold grind, and it's going to get us some punch level tokens. Like, this might be the way to go. Now, honestly, though, if I was doing this, I would probably swap out my team slightly more because I do want the punch levels. I think we need to get them in a different way. So this is not a bad gold grind, but it's still not that fast, so we're going to, you know, ignore it for now. All right, so that was an interesting attempt. Anyways, I will see you guys soon for the next part of the adventure. I believe the next plan is to play the update, so I will see you guys soon on my update stream. Peace.